So, OpenAI is ditching the screen entirely and building an AI that lives in your room.
And they're partnering with Jony Ive to do it. It sounds like the future of AI is going to be very, very physical.
Welcome back, I'm Bella.
And I'm Michael. This show's scripted and produced with AI, built by Tahababa, pulling today's stories straight from blog.tahababa.com.
If you want these landing in your feed most days, go ahead and subscribe. Let's get into it. So, OpenAI and Jony Ive are diving into hardware now, developing a screenless speaker with onboard cameras and sensors. It sounds like a really physical approach to AI.
It certainly is. It's a fascinating shift from cloud-first to embodied AI agents, moving the intelligence directly into a physical device. It makes the interaction much more tangible than just a screen.
And the goal seems to be fostering these human-like relationships through proactive assistance. Are we talking about something that can genuinely control our smart homes?
Potentially. The implication is that the next generation of AI won't just answer commands, but will actively perceive its environment to assist us, blurring the line between software and physical presence.
That changes how we think about interfaces entirely. I wonder how this physical presence will influence the next generation of consumer AI products overall.
It forces us to consider the role of physical devices as the primary interface for AI, rather than just an accessory. It's a pivot that signals AI is moving out of the digital realm and into our physical world.
So we have a massive legal clash brewing between Apple and OpenAI over trade secrets. It sounds like the former Apple employees are making some serious claims about stolen intellectual property.
Precisely. Apple is accusing OpenAI of improperly using confidential information related to unreleased products and manufacturing technologies. It's a classic high-stakes dispute over intellectual property in a rapidly evolving tech landscape.
And this involves figures like the chief hardware officer, which really highlights how critical talent mobility is when the hardware and AI arms race is accelerating.
Absolutely. The real complexity lies in how this might reshape the competitive dynamics, especially since OpenAI is pushing so hard into hardware following that acquisition.
It puts a spotlight on the very definition of innovation and where the boundaries of proprietary knowledge lie in the age of generative AI. So, Cursor is reportedly cooking up an AI coworker called Sand, designed to manage everything from emails to engineering tasks.
It sounds like they are aiming squarely for the workplace agent space, trying to make the seamless integration the real differentiator against the established players.
That makes sense. If it can just live inside the existing workflow, it bypasses the friction of having to switch between separate tools like ChatGPT or Claude.
Exactly. The real value won't be the raw intelligence of the model, but how effectively Sand can handle those multi-tool connections without disrupting the user's flow.
I wonder how that level of automation will fundamentally change how teams define productivity going forward. This proposal from the AI Futures Project is wild. They are suggesting we should actually slow down superintelligence development through an international agreement.
It certainly is a bold move, but the idea of a binding agreement between the US and China on compute oversight sounds incredibly complex given the current geopolitical climate.
I worry about the feasibility, though. They only estimate a 3 to 15% chance of success. How do you even begin to calculate that success rate?
It highlights the core tension, balancing the desire for rapid innovation against the risk of unchecked power concentration. The real difficulty lies in getting global stakeholders to agree on such stringent oversight.
So the fundamental question becomes, how do we manage the balance between pushing for new AI capabilities and ensuring global safety? It feels like the governance side is the hardest part. So OpenAI is moving beyond just the cloud and is building a physical device, a screen-free smart speaker with cameras and sensors, to act as a human-like companion.
It's a bold move, especially in collaboration with Lovefrom. It really attempts to bridge that gap between abstract AI and tangible domestic interaction.
The idea of AI seamlessly handling cooking and smart home tasks in a mobile form seems incredibly practical. How do you see this shifting the focus of AI development?
It forces the focus from pure conversational AI to embodied AI. If these devices become the central hub, the focus will shift to physical interaction and real-time environmental awareness.
It sounds like the next 5 years will be less about text prompts and more about designing the physical embodiment of our digital assistants.
Precisely. The real challenge won't be the technology itself, but managing the inevitable legal and competitive fallout as this redefines the home ecosystem.
So, we're hearing that Demis Hassabis is pushing for a US-led AI watchdog, something kind of like FINRA, to regulate AGI development. That sounds intense.
It really does. The core idea is mandating independent safety audits before frontier models are released. It shifts the focus from pure industry self-regulation to mandatory oversight.
But the contrast with other ideas, like the FAA-style agency Anthropic mentioned, makes you wonder about the balance. Are we talking about catching risks or stifling innovation?
Exactly. It highlights the tension between rapid development and necessary caution. If AGI is arriving quickly, establishing a clear, enforceable framework seems essential, regardless of the immediate impact on speed.
So, Anthropic has brought in Tom Blomfield specifically to tackle hardware bottlenecks in recursive AI self-improvement. That sounds like they are hitting a wall where software needs more muscle.
Exactly. As models get recursively smarter, the computational demands become staggering. It really puts the focus squarely on hardware-software co-design now, rather than just scaling the algorithms.
It makes you wonder how they plan to balance pushing those boundaries with the need for sustainable growth. Is this just about faster chips, or something deeper about efficiency?
I suspect it's both. When AI consumes this much energy, the bottleneck isn't just processing speed. It's the physical limits of what we can efficiently engineer into the silicon.
That's fascinating. So this move signals that solving the physical limits of computation is now just as critical as developing the next generation of AI models. I just read about Anthropic mapping Claude's behavioral values across hundreds of thousands of conversations. That sounds incredibly detailed.
It is granular data, Bella. They aren't just measuring output. They are plotting personality traits along axes like warmth versus rigor and depth versus brevity.
So, these differences between models like Sonnet and Opus are really measurable personality gaps that we can actually quantify.
Exactly. The real power isn't just knowing they are different, but understanding how those differences affect alignment and safety, which is why this framework is so critical.
That makes sense. If we can measure the behavioral landscape, how does an organization actually start using this data to build a safer system? And that brings us to our final round of rapid-fire AI developments.
Let's jump right in.
Google Research unveiled SensorFM, trained on 1 trillion minutes of biometric data.
Google Images got a Pinterest-like makeover with built-in AI image generation.
Gartner predicts AI server electricity consumption will surpass conventional data center hardware by 2027.
MIT researchers built a programmable lens that could lead to optical AI chips.
Surging electricity demand from data centers is adding $6.3 billion to power bills in 13 states.
A Welsh charity is raising over £10 million for a new grant-making fund.
Procurement was the main topic of discussion in the UK Care Minister's second Civil Society Council meeting.
Dana Suskind warns that AI toys and tutors could turn human attention into a childhood privilege.
Social for Good advises adding alt text and captions for accessible social media content.
DeepSeek is reportedly seeking additional funding just weeks after closing a $7 billion round.
Apple is reportedly in talks with PrismML to run AI models on iPhone.
Tracebit deploys context bombs to stop rogue AI agents mid-exploit.
The Linux Foundation launches a payment network built entirely for machines.
1Password introduces token-level tracking to detect and prevent runaway AI agent spending loops.
Neural networks are compensating for physical limits in optical hardware.
Peking University achieves a 100-fold acceleration in distributed AI inference using an optical link.
Microsoft reported Shiny Hunter's threat activity against Salesforce environments using 3 attack pathways over a year.
Slackbot now supports memory, MCP, and voice capabilities for teams.
New York became the first U.S. state to pause new hyperscale data center permits.
DeepSeek is reportedly preparing a $1.5 billion raise and a possible 2027 IPO.
Spotify started rolling out a conversational AI assistant for premium users.
xAI's Grok build CLI was found to upload entire Git repositories, including sensitive files, without developer consent.
OpenAI's IPO window may be narrowing due to lawsuits, Microsoft tension, and Anthropic's valuation surge.
Claude for Teachers offers free premium Claude access for verified K-12 educators in the U.S.
Hugging Face CEO Clem DeLange stated enterprises are moving more production AI work toward open and private models due to cost and control concerns.
Google is testing AI-generated summaries directly beneath search ads.
ChatGPT introduces audience targeting for advertisers via email and phone lists.
Reddit is using AI to combat AI-generated spam, catching 25,000 spammy posts daily and reducing exposure by 20% in Cone.
Reddit rolls out split testing for ads, allowing marketers to run 2 ad variants simultaneously.
Dentsu partners with Meta to build infrastructure for mass influencer activation.
Klaviyo launches a beta for marketing AI agents.
Profound drops aim to transform AI search data into marketing execution.
Meta launches AI mode globally on Facebook, synthesizing answers from groups, Reels, Marketplace, and posts.
Meta unveils its most advanced AI image model, supporting image generation, editing, video creation, and agentic tool use.
Google Flow with Gemini Omni Flash enables AI-generated video ads from product images and prompts.
That's today's show, scripted and produced with AI by Taha Baba.
You can read the full write-up anytime at blog.tehababa.com. And if you want these landing in your feed most days, hit subscribe.
See you next time.